Hey, what's up? This is Dugri Cards, the only sports cards YouTube channel on the internet. Just kidding. Today is an exciting video because I found my old sports card collection. Whoopsie daisy. So it was in a Pokemon binder with, the incredible Meowth, and it was just jam-packed with stuff. This is like just a sleeve I left in there, but it was completely full to the brim. As you can see, here's like the whole pack, the whole stuff. Whoops. Tons of cards. These are the ones that I did not care about. They either weren't valuable or didn't have any sentimental value. But it was really fun to go through them. And just remember the feeling of having those cards and how cool that was. And all of the women who were whoa, Dugri cards, DC dude, you have the coolest cards, and I kind of want to be your girlfriend, and I kind of want to do stuff with you. And it was just kind of fun to relive all of the women I've dated and bedded and whatnot through my collection of both Pokemon and sports cards. So that was a nice little trip down memory lane. So these are the ones that I thought were worth highlighting here, and I'll go through them relatively quickly. And these are the ones that I thought were worth top loading. And then this card, I just wanted to show off because this is the worst card I've ever seen. Look at this. What could this have... Look at that. I mean, this is the most cheaply made card I've ever... I don't know, Lane, running back for the Panthers. I have no idea who it is. Play football, buddy. I ain't gonna do jack shit with a card like this. Jeez Louise. So, just want to highlight how bad that card was. But okay, so here we go. These are just tiny cards. And, you never see tiny cards. So I was like, that's kind of fun. So these are AL MVP. AL MVP 1955. This is AL MVP 1983. And it's just kind of fun to have a little card. So I enjoyed those. This was weird. It's Josh Hancock on the top. Freddie Sanchez on the bottom. In the back. Kind of mullet on the front. Party in the back or whatever that phrase is. Something cool to say if you ever have a card like this and you want to try to get laid like I used to. But again, I just thought it was cool to have the small cards. I thought this Ken Griffey one was pretty cool too. Double header. Thought that was nice. Anyway, so that's the small cards. So the first group are the two Mavs I wanted to highlight. Rafe LaFrance. My man in 02-03 was balling out for what he was. He shot 40% from three. He could have been if he came 10 years later, he would have been so huge in the NBA. He would have been so good. I mean, he was still first round pick, third overall. I did not know that. Wow. But he was definitely a disappointment in his career. But with his skill set today, he'd be the ultimate center in the league. Unfortunately, he is now in his 50s. So we'll never know. Derek Harper, current Mavs commentator, Mavs legend. I like these collector cards. I had a couple of these James Worthy. Some other ones, they're all... I did sleeve them and put them away, but I just didn't highlight them for now. Thought they were cool. So then we have... Hold on. Hopefully you didn't see those. Then we have... These are my Manchester United cards. Ruud van Nistelrooy was my favorite player growing up. He was so good. Such a good striker, a poacher. Those don't exist anymore. Man, I loved watching him play. I was so sad when he left. Him and Beckham were the ones I was so sad when they left, but really Van Nistelrooy, because... Damn, he was great. Sir Riley Charlton, a legend. Kind of a cool card to have a guy from 1968. What a man. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, the current manager, and I have a story. I went to Manchester to do an English soccer camp when I was in second grade, and I got his signature and a photo with him. The photo I still have somewhere. I asked my grandma to find it, but the signature, I was so pumped, and then my best friend at the camp asked if he could trace over it. And I said yes. And he traced over it in a Sharpie, and it bled through the page and ruined the autograph. And I started crying. So, if anyone at United sees this and wants to get me a Solskjaer autograph, I think that would be quite nice, and no less than what I deserve. And then we got Beckham here, and then a nice Paul Scholes Strike Force. I like this insert. I don't know what these cards were, but I don't know if, for instance, it feels like I bought a Manchester United cards because I only had, United cards, so maybe they were just United cards in there. But I did like these cards. So this next group are just cards that I think are very funny. So this card isn't really funny, but I had a ton of Tiger Woods cards, and I don't know like what I bought that would have just been. I guess it's called Tiger's Tales of the series. But why did I buy a bunch of Tiger Woods cards? I don't follow golf at all. I'm not a golf fan, so I don't know why I have that. And then these are presidential pastimes. Ronald Reagan and Woodrow Wilson throwing out the first pitches. I just think it's funny that we have cards with presidents on them, especially for baseball. I mean, can you imagine being a little kid and you're like, oh yeah, I got a Ronald Reagan numbered. A Ronald Reagan auto. Just funny. So this is he's pitching the first pitch of the Cubs game. This one, you can't tell. He's smiling though, so it's probably at a third world country, and he's pitching a bomb, because that's what we do in those countries. Okay, so these are now just kind of some base cards I like. This Troy Aikman card I thought was kind of cool. I'm a Cowboys fan too, so I gotta save that. This insert I thought was awesome. Dunk Vision, Tim Duncan. I thought it was just a cool insert. I like the look of some of these cards. Upper Deck, man. Upper Deck had nicer cards than the ones we have today. I don't think that's controversial to say. I Love LA. The reason why I like this is I think it is funny for Mark Madsen to have an insert that says I Love LA. I also wonder like what this could have been, like what the series could have been. Was it like, Paul Pierce shipping up to Boston down here? Like what could this have been? Because it only really makes sense like I Love LA or something like that. But Mark Madsen's a fun guy. I like these Colin Cooperstown cards. I got two Greg Maddux. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame if he's not already. Rand Johnson. I think these guys are on the Hall of Fame. And then Jose Canseco, buddy. Cooperstown will not be calling you. And then just a cool Nolan Ryan card. I really like the picture. That's a cool thing about cards that people don't talk about is like the art of the card. I do think this is like a really clean looking, like I like just the Nolan Ryan. I like the picture. Just a fan. This picture, not so much. But I like the front a lot. This Vince Carter acetate is cool. I wish like the cardboard was cut better. I mean, really shoddy job on the cardboard. I got a couple of these. This is the best cut one. I'll show you another one in a bit, but this is the best cut one I had. But I just do like acetate cards. Like something nice about them. We got Barry Sanders base. What a legend Barry Sanders was. Backyard football too, which I think is kind of cool. This one I thought was interesting because it's Kurt Warner and it's Dimonation. Dimonation. So what does that mean? It's not like demonation, like I could get that kind of, or obviously domination, but diamonation, nothing on the back really gives it up. So if you know what that is, let me know. This is fun. This is Barry Bonds as a pirate back before when everyone liked him, and so he looks like that. Then this is Barry Bonds when he was really good and no one liked him. And let's compare these photos. I mean, just two different guys, like 12 years in between, sure. But just two different guys right there. So I think that's fun. We got a Tom Brady weekly wrap-up. You sleeve of Brady. I'm going to send this to my friend, I think. Probably won't keep this one. But, kind of cool to have a Brady card, I guess. I don't really like that guy. But respect him, I suppose. Scottie Pippen Honor. I do like this card. I think it's kind of a fun one. Now with the awesome twosome back together again, a fourth championship ring is not out of the question. Yeah, you were correct. It wasn't out of the question. Then we got some Jeter base. I thought this was a cool looking card. Fleer Tradition banner season. Thought that was nice. And then this is another card. I thought it was cool as well. Just, Derek Jeter. Don't really like the guy too much either, but Shaq, not the best analyst, but a very good player. I loved watching him play when I was growing up. And then we got Jordan Wizard. Now, the thing about Jordan Wizard is like people tend to think of him like as being totally washed. Look at those stats. 22 points at after 3 years off, and he came back for 23 points really at the age of 41. I mean, that's insane. We should celebrate that as being very cool. And then this Jordan card, and you'll see the next guy too. I have the two big stars you want in basketball, but it's not. These are the cards that aren't worth anything. So this one, and then another Kobe base, but it's like 02, I think. 01, 02. So again, not worth anything. I got 2 of them, but we'll still save those. I like them. Then, so these are some kind of rookies. So this is prospects now. This guy really panned out. This guy, not so much. But, same thing here. This guy, awesome. This guy, not. In fact, I looked at this earlier. So David Wright was playing for the Mets at this point. And then this guy, Craig Brazell, had 7 years in the minors. And they had the gall to say future star when he spent 7 years in the minors. It was 1998 when he started playing in the minors. Unbelievable that they would put future star. Very upset that would happen. Now here's Teixeira, and I swear this is a rookie card. It doesn't say rookie card anywhere, but you look at the stats in the back of it, and it's like former Georgia Tech star could open 2003 AAA Oklahoma. The stats are all minor league. This is a rookie card, and I want to get the respect as a rookie card, but it doesn't. That makes me upset. But anyway, here we go. Brandon Webb, star rookie. He was a solid pitcher. Anquan Boldin. I thought this card would be worth a lot. Again, it's not. I think he was a good player. Do people that not have respect for Anquan Boldin? Can you believe he's 40? If you asked me how old Anquan Boldin was, I would have said he just retired and he was like 36, 35, which doesn't sound that different, but to me it is. Golly, Anquan Boldin is 40. How old is Larry Fitzgerald? I thought Larry Fitzgerald was older. Bernie Williams, rookie. Again, not worth that much. You'd think, he was a good player, but no. It's interesting to see, we go so wild for rookies today. LaMelo Ball's the hot rookie, a little bit less so since his injury, but it is funny how we go so hog wild for those guys, and then, they so easily could just be worth $5 20 years from now. Even if they're, decent, Bernie Williams, panned out. He was a good player for the Yankees. And his rookie card, I think, is worth $1 or something. So, kind of crazy. Verlander draft pick. So, not quite a rookie card. I mean, it basically is a rookie card, but I guess it's not. Yeah, college pitching record, and then the pictures with the Tigers. I wish it was clear that this is a rookie card, but whatever. And then Mark Pryor, and this one I might end up top loading because it is numbered. 119 of 2,500. So that is kind of a cool card. I definitely didn't know that growing up. Maybe I did, but I think that's cool. So maybe I probably will top load that. Put that there. Okay, so now for the top loaded cards. Kellen Moore, obviously we know that, so that's not part of it. I'm just using him so we could reveal this one. Randy Johnson memorabilia card jersey swatch. Now, back when I bought this card, and back when I collected cards back then, jersey swatches and stuff were the most valuable. They were more valuable than autos. And then I think what happened is Upper Deck and them started mass producing them, and the value went, downhill quick. So I'm pretty sure this card, I definitely bought it, I want to say. And I think this probably was worth a little bit back then, and it probably appreciated it also a bunch, and now it's back to being worth a little now. But cool card, cool pinstripe. You gotta love the two things you like. I think in football you see this where the jersey swatches are dirty. I think that's really cool. They should always do that in football, I think, for the used jerseys. And then when you get a piece of the logo or the team logo, the team emblem, or you get this, a pinstripe. And so if you're going to that's a recommendation from Old Allen. Not sure if it's any good financial advice, but if you're going to buy a jersey card of somebody, get one that has some sort of patch in there, or this is a key, get a player who wears pinstripes, because you'll probably get a piece of the pinstripe like that. So just a little piece of advice from Old Allen. These next two are kind of similar stories. So this is an Eddie George, Tennessee Titans autographed, and then a Blake Sloan, who I have no idea who that is, autographed. And I looked online, and these cards do not exist, the autographed cards, which means I definitely got these autographed in person, which I think is very funny. They're both Dallas guys. Eddie George played for the Cowboys, so I probably got him to sign it. I probably met him somehow and had him sign it. I have no memory of it. Both of these, this card, Blake Sloan, I can't imagine it's worth anything, but Eddie George one might. But the only way to actually like be able to sell it is you'd have to get it authenticated and go through like a third party for that. Then you'd have to grade it probably. So not worth it probably for an Eddie George, but just I wouldn't sell it anyway probably. But cool to have. I wish I had the memories, especially this one. I know I met Keyshawn Johnson once, played for the Cowboys and the Buccaneers, but I do not remember meeting Eddie George, but I guess I did. Speaking of Dallas, we got my boy Dirk Nowitzki, my favorite player of all time. Gonna start collecting his cards once I start spending a little bit more money because his cards are expensive. I do like this card. Like I said, I like the acetate. I like that Mavs emblem, but can they cut out like his? Look at that. That looks so bad. I hate the cutout. And it looks really bad on the back too. It almost looks so cool. But anyway, it's a Dirk card. Keeping those. Love those. And so now here are the two big-ish ones. So we'll start with this one. LeBron's Diary. Upper Deck. It's like this was a series they probably sold as like an insert. These are probably inserts, I would guess, of LeBron pre-draft, draft night, and post-draft getting ready to play. I think there's 16 or 15 of them total. And this is one of them. And, I think if you got it graded, it'd be worth a little bit of money. As you can see, it's chipped there. If you got it graded, they got to get graded. I think there's a little discoloration over here. So I don't know if it would get a good grade. But cool card. I might buy the whole set just to have it. Because the whole set, ungraded, is not too expensive. And then maybe you could grade it. And it'd just be nice to have that whole set of like such a legendary player. I think LeBron is better than Jordan. Even though I think they're both, obviously, I paid a lot of respect to Jordan earlier. I think they're both really good. But sound off if you think, if you think Jordan's better, or maybe if you even think someone like Dirk Nowitzki. I know that's a popular one these days, is Dirk Nowitzki might be better than everyone. So, sound off if you think Dirk Nowitzki's better than LeBron James or Michael Jordan. Anyway, here's the last card, the big hit, the big one I have. It's a Carmelo rookie, Bowman Chrome rookie card. Again, if you're going to sell this, you want to get it graded. I think graded it's worth a couple $100. I think it's in good condition. It looks. I mean, I think you see some stuff. I think if you clean it up, it's in fairly good condition. Is that chip? Maybe that's a problem. Either way, I think I'd keep it. But I think the edges are nice. That's the one thing I wanted to check. Like the corner of the cards. A little problem there, but they're relatively clean. If you got like an 8 for this, you could probably PSA 8. You could probably sell it. Not that I would, but just good to know. So those are the cards. The one thing I thought is not enough like inserts. It was a lot of base, which I guess makes sense. I wish there were kind of some cooler cards, but overall happy with those. I definitely didn't know anything about cards back then, so I was just buying willy-nilly. So I probably bought the cheap stuff, but. Cool to have this card, cool to have this card, cool to have all these cards. I think this is even a cool card. So I'm pretty happy with this. Let me know in the comments what you found, like if you found an old binder and what was in there. And hit me up. Have a good one. Thanks for watching. See you next time.